So, what has happened since the last update? A few things. Number one is we have a build of the beta that is working in MuseScore and mostly working in Sibelius. Dorco is still a tough nut to crack, but we're still working on it. And on the server side of things, we have 3 more people working. That's a total of 6 people, not including me, so a total of 7. And this new group is working on a model, a large language model that's going to deal with all the phoneme parsing that we need. And so what's going to happen is it's kind of like GPT. You can input text, whatever your information you're looking for, and then it will give it back in the way that we instruct it to. And in this case, it's going to be, here's a string of words. Please look at it, find out what language it is, and then produce phonemes that are valid singing phonemes from this list, and we'll provide it a list. And then it will come back with all the phonemes we need, and that reduces the amount of code that we have to write for the translation by an order of thousands of lines, because it's just the model takes care of all that. So there's that part. And I know this works because when I first started building this, that's what I used. But it proved, 6 months ago anyway, it proved to be too much data and too much traffic, and it was too slow. But the situation has changed quite a bit in 6 months. So compute is a lot cheaper, and so we're going to build it and put it on the same server as the API. So there's that end, and then we're also the same team is also building a new engine, which is going to be an engine that runs either on your computer or it'll also run on the API. And it's called Cantaris with a C, and it's going to be the engine that powers all of the tools that come out from now on. And that is progressing. I don't think it's going to take more than a week or two. And the way this thing is going to work is we have the 2 renderers. We have one via the API, and we have another one with the local machines. So what's going to happen is when the plugin loads, it's going to find out if it's got access to a GPU. And if it does, it uses that to run the model and do all of get all the information processing that it needs to do locally. If the GPU isn't available, or user decides not to use it for whatever reason, it'll fall back to the API. So in developing both of these in tandem, the timing is pretty good, because we can have a switch in there that just says, if the API is available. Another reason this came up, and this is going to be very handy, is I was talking to a consultant about this, and his big thing that he brought forward that I didn't think about was in film locations, sometimes they're out in the middle of nowhere. And I should have remembered this because I used to hang out with that kind of crew. But yeah, frequently are in places where there's no internet at all, and sometimes there for days, almost camping out. And if you are reliant on an API, you're out of luck. So the addition of the CPU that runs locally will solve that problem as well. So I think that's about it. We're working on the build for the beta. I have a build here that I'm testing. Things are not quite there yet, but things are definitely moving in the right direction. I will put out a new demo video when the beta is working to my satisfaction. And what I'll do in the demo video is run the installer, load up a new project, show you how to use Cantai, how to assign it to a track, how to set up naming and things like that. And then I'll just go through and render a bunch of music and write some music. I might even do it as a live stream, just kind of interactive. You guys can suggest some lyrics and I'll write them in and render them in real time. But yeah, that's it for now. And I will update again when some more happens.